guys, welcome to my 8th live stream. It's crazy that there have been so many already. How's the video and audio quality? Is it streaming alright for everybody? Hey Savage, hey Dustin. Alright. So the hat, I've actually never owned a cowboy hat or cowboy boots for that matter until this past week because I went out and shot my first single action cowboy shooting match. And that was a lot of fun. Okay, I'm getting caught up, just making sure that the quality looks good. Looks like it's coming in well for everybody. Awesome. Oh man, I've got like fuzzy hair going on here. So, I mentioned I just went shooting my first cowboy action match, and one of my friends on YouTube, Polish Pistolero, sponsored me, and so he lent me some of his gear. I shot, pistols were Ruger Vaqueros, which I have a newfound fondness for, and I totally want some. And I shot a lever action rifle and a side-by-side double barrel breech loading or breech fed shotgun. So I had never I had never shot anything breech fed before, and I had never shot single action before. At least the lever gun was a little familiar to me. I've got a Winchester Model 1894 at home, so that was a little bit familiar, but it was very, very new. I'm getting caught up again. Oh, hey there, Polish Pistolero. I see you're tuning in. I thought I saw a comment of somebody else said they've shot SAS or cowboy action. If you've shot cowboy action, what have you used before? I know Rugers or the Vaqueros seem to serve me pretty well, but there's got to be other stuff out there, and I am in the market now for some single action pistols. Did you ever do a vid on the 94? Yes, I did a vid with my first few shots through it, but I don't think I've brought it back out since then. Well, not in video anyway. I've shot it since then, but I haven't recorded it. Steger Coach Gun 12 gauge was the shotgun. And Rossi 92, Model 92 in 45 Colt. Okay, so that was what I was shooting for the lever action, which was a ton of fun. I love the opportunity to shoot steel. It's so rewarding. I need to get like my own setup so I can have targets like Hickok 45 style. Uberti makes some good cowboy action guns. I would like to get my hands on a Colt Army single action in It's My State's gun. Oh, that'd be really cool. I'd love to fire some old Colts. I have a Ruger single action Blackhawk in 357 38 Special. Polish Pistolero says, I just got your guns cleaned 10 minutes ago. Thank you again for lending them to me for the shoot. It was a blast for sure. The range here used to have tons of steel swingers, but had to take them out due to ricochets. Oh, that's a bummer. Because the range the outdoor range where I normally shoot, it's just paper, and they're a little bit more restrictive than some places, I guess, or they limit your rate of fire, and then you have to shoot paper, which isn't the end of the world, but it just means that I don't get to shoot a lot of steel. My padre used to have a Ruger Blackhawk in 22 mag. You know, I've never shot 22 mag. Long rifle, plenty, but not any 22 mag. I think it'd be fun. Don't we all wish we could have a setup like Hickok 45? Yeah, I think we do. It's a pretty sweet deal. I found that, well, I had a learning curve for sure with just getting used to shooting guns I had never shot before. The sights were, I think, the biggest adjustment, because on the Rugers that I was shooting, they're very low profile. The sight seems to, the rear sight is kind of like set into the frame, and then just a little black blade for the front sight. So that took me some getting used to be able to track that. And I noticed I couldn't just kind of point and shoot in the way that I kind of point and shoot more with like my 1911s or my Beretta M9. In part because I just plain wasn't used to it and I didn't know the feel for it. But in part because you plain have to focus more. It's not a high vis kind of sight. But it was fun. I liked the challenge of it. I am here on mobile. Hi, Nate. Nice to have you. Do you use a shoulder holster? I do not. I have never tried a shoulder holster before. I'd like to work with them just to have the experience. And I've had some women say that if you're like wearing a jacket or a hoodie, that they conceal pretty well. But I'll have to figure that out for myself. Just give me 1 second. I just want to grab my drink over here. Sure, eh? Alright, let's get caught up. I also have a 12 gauge double barrel made in 1915. Really fun to shoot. Oh, that's cool. One of the coolest things about the single action shooting, that whole event, is the history that's involved in it. And I don't think many people know, but when I started school, I was a history major, and I'm still a huge history geek. I love it. So I appreciated that aspect. And the costumes and the stories and even the restrictions on the kind of guns that you can use to make them a little more period accurate. I really enjoy that whole element. It has less to do with the shooting and more to do with the experience, and that makes it a lot more fun. What am I drinking? I have a water bottle here. It's got some Mio flavoring in it. I think it's cherry blackberry or something like that, because I am terrible at remembering to drink water and just drinking water even though I need to. So I have to trick myself into thinking it's not water by flavoring it with stuff. You shot very well for your first time of cowboy action shooting. You didn't come in last place. It was a joy having you and your family there. Thank you, Sunrise Rider. It was really a pleasure for all of us to be there. It was a fun event for us. It was a scorcher out, though. It was really warm. I don't mind the heat so much as long as I can stay hydrated, but I know some people were really feeling it. I've always done better with warm weather, though, than cold weather. I will be very quick to complain about being too chilly, but I'll be slow to complain about being too warm. So I love the summer. Alright, I want a CZ double barrel 12 with the exposed hammers. Not cheap, though. Oh man, that would be really cool. My great uncle owns an 8 gauge but won't shoot because it's $4 a cartridge on a hand load. Woof! That's kind of like the 50 cal. That's they're like $5 around. They're pretty nuts. A lot of fun, though. I've never shot anything, as far as shotguns go, I haven't shot anything with a larger gauge than 12, which is plenty of fun. And I've shot a couple semi-autos, a couple of pump actions. I end up having a preference for pump actions. They seem to cycle a little bit more reliably when I shoot plastic shells. After shooting full auto, how does it feel to shoot semi-auto? I really enjoy both. The full auto is a completely different experience, in part because, well, I'm not using full auto shooting in a practical or tactical kind of sense. For me, when I shoot full auto, it's just pure fun. It's just for the enjoyment of shooting it. But when I shoot semi-auto, I'm shooting in part to train, I'm shooting in part to improve my marksmanship, and I'm shooting in part to, prepare for self-defense. So I still get plenty of enjoyment out of shooting semi-auto, even though it's not, you know, all rock and roll. It is cool to have that, like, comparison there, though. Oh, hey, David! Welcome to the chat. And for the newcomers I have missed, welcome. You need to work on your drinking face. I didn't know I had a drinking face or needed one. Alright. Do you have a favorite gun maker? Oh, I couldn't pick a favorite. I have a lot of I have a lot of firearms that I've gotten to shoot that I really enjoy. So I can't say that I have one individual favorite gun or even one individual maker. I do like SIG, I do like Smith & Wesson, especially their wheel guns. There's just something about like that like classic look of a Smith & Wesson revolver that I really enjoy. But I like Rugers. I like F&H, especially their rifles. Oh, hey Rev, glad to see ya. I most certainly had fun doing the cowboy thing. Completely new experience, but it was great. I'm still working on the video for it, but I will get that up there. Sorry for those of you who I haven't said it yet in this video, but I've said it in previous videos. The way I like to try to run these live streams is I'll read the comments or questions, and then I will answer them. So I will try to make sure I read out loud so you guys know what's going on if you haven't caught the comment yourself. Okay, Polish Pistolero, did you get your copy of the scores? Yes, I did. I was pleased to see that I didn't come in last, despite the fact that it was completely new. Where was the cowboy shoot? It was up in Wapaka in Wisconsin. And it was a beautiful day for it. So that was really nice to go shoot some steel at that outdoor range. Crystal River, I believe. Alright, I'm getting caught back up. How do you feel about Colt wheel guns? I feel like I would super love to get my hands on one, but I haven't had even the opportunity to... I definitely haven't had the opportunity to shoot one. I think I've maybe seen like one for like ridiculously expensive at a gun show one time, and there's just no way that I could have afforded it. I'd really like to try out, I mean, that like Colt Python especially is just like a staple. It's like an icon in pop culture. Even if you're not into guns, you oftentimes have an idea of, oh, Colt Python, that's cool. Am I getting to see you at the meet and greet this coming Sunday near Milwaukee? I did not realize that was this Sunday. I will have to look at my schedule and get back with you. I want a Colt Python so bad. Rick Grimes status, LOL. I don't know who Rick Grimes is. Shout out to Destiny from North Carolina. Looks like you would fit in down here with that gear. Oh man, my mother is a huge fan of country music, and she has been trying pretty much my entire life to like get me on board with that. So she was very pleased and entertained that I finally went and got a cowboy hat, my first, and a pair of cowboy boots. Have you ever shot the Desert Eagle in 50 Action Express? I have not. I shot a Desert Eagle 1911 just in regular old 45, and I've shot, as far as 50s go, I've shot the Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum, which is just a party a minute. I absolutely love that thing. I have a preference for the 4-inch barrel model that has that 1-inch compensator integrated. I just like how much it kicks. It's more fun. Plus, when you shoot the 8-barrel model, that thing is just heavy. And I have these like tiny little chicken arms, so when I'm holding that like massive hand cannon at the end of my reach, I can go for like 1 or 2 rounds, and then I'm like, my arms are toast. Because I'm a pansy. I'm working on it though. I have started lifting more at the gym, so hopefully, eventually, my arms will get a little bit caught up. Have you thought about instructing a class on shooting? I have. I would really like to. The limiting factor for me is saving up and paying for the training that I need to be a qualified instructor. But I really enjoy teaching. I've gotten the opportunity to do a little bit with tutoring for anatomy and biology and physiology, and I found it was one of the most rewarding things with which I've ever been involved. So I would love to be able to extend that to the shooting sports. I just gotta get stricter about saving up and taking the classes that I need. Chickens don't have arms. My chicken does. What about Civil War reenactments? I don't know that I've actually been to a Civil War reenactment, but I am the kind of geek that I have totally seen them on YouTube because I do geek out about that kind of history stuff. I did get to go to World War II reenactment, and that was just super, super cool. I definitely want to go to another one of those. Oh, sorry, have to go. Well, thanks for joining us for a little bit. It was nice having you. You are so comfortable on camera now. I remember in your early vids you said you were shy. Oh, don't worry. I am still plenty shy. I actually sit here waiting for the go live, counting down, going, okay, 5 more minutes. Ah! Just kind of trying to get rid of the nerves. It's funny, I really like interacting with people, but for some reason I get I don't know, nervous sometimes. What did you think of the Zimmerman verdict? Actually, I want to move off of that subject just in general. I think that the sooner we stop rehashing it, whether it was right or whether it was wrong, or who is suffering from it, the sooner we get off of that, the sooner we can start healing, I think. You mentioned in a previous stream that you're writing full-time. Who do you write for? I'm managing editor for thearmsguide.com, so I contribute to that site primarily. I write just about every weekday for that, and I have a wonderful team of 7 writers who help contribute to the site to make sure that we can get content out every day. But I also contribute to thetruthaboutguns.com. I also contribute to thebankswitch.com. Actually, just this morning, or actually is this afternoon, I had an article, my 3rd article, go live on the Bankswitch. So if you haven't checked that out, stop by and let me know what you think. Okay, I'm getting caught back up again. We have a War of 1812 here in the fall. Very awesome to watch. Oh, that would be really neat. I just like the idea of reenactments because it allows you to experience a little taste of the history. And for me, history, it's the story of us. It's the story of people. So I can't help but to find that intriguing. Have you ever thought about applying to appear on the Top Shot competition for the History Channel? Gabby Franco did well there. She's a local shooting instructor. Would love to see you compete there. I do not think that I am qualified to shoot up with them. They have some really just high-class, very skilled shooters. And I enjoy the show, so I catch it when I can, generally on Netflix. But I've got some training to do before I think I'm up on that level. I had the opportunity to do some training with Dustin Ellerman, who won, I believe it was it season 3? I believe it was season 3, Top Shot. And we were both sponsored to go take some training at the American Institute of Marksmanship last October, and the guy can shoot. There's no doubt about that. He's very talented. It's really neat watching somebody who's very good at their craft, and in particular the shooting sports, because I happen to really enjoy them. So that was a neat opportunity for me. And he's a really down-to-earth guy. He's just really cool. Alright, getting caught back up. Who shot first, Han Solo or Greedo? Of course Han Solo, come on. Is that even a question? Alright, getting caught back up again. Can you comment on recent complaints concerning the Springfield XDS guns, specifically concerning failure to return to full battery, resulting in failure to fire? I have 2 XDSs. I've got the XDS 45 and the XDS 9, and I haven't had any issues with them, actually, for reliability. I don't even think I've cleaned them yet, and they've been running like a top for me. So I'm not. I'd have to look into more from people who have had those negative experiences, because both the models that I own have been great. Actually, they circulate in my carry rotations. All right, scrolling back up here. Intelligence is common, but wisdom is rare, usually gained with age. You are very wise about a lot of things for such a young age. Love your reviews and videos. Wow, that's really sweet. Thank you. I think a lot of that has to do with the way I was raised and my upbringing. I have a really great relationship with my family, and I have a lot of talks with my parents, mainly my father. I think he has been a really huge influence in my life, and I consider him to be wise. So I think if I do have any of those qualities, they'd be from him. All right, getting caught back up. Which blade are you carrying today? Just for you guys, actually. I have a Cold Steel Voyager. I think it's, big enough to handle most tasks. And then you've got the combo serrated and plain edge. And it's just about big enough that I can wield it like a sword. Not that I do. Oh, also though, one of my friends here, I don't know if he wants me to use his name, but he'll know who he is. He's been following my Facebook, or not my Facebook, my YouTube videos for like going on 2 years now, I think. And he sent me my first stilettos. I had never owned one before, just hadn't gotten around to picking up one of those styles. So he sent me this one and this little one with little dragons on it. But they're very pretty, and I'm very appreciative. I am definitely a knife geek. I like gear in general, and my interest in firearms is coupled with my interest in knives. I think it's easier for me to get more geeked out about knives because they're cheaper. Oh, I just noticed we have 111 people right now. Thank you guys, that is super, super cool. Oh, I dropped something on the floor. Okay, sorry. I'm being a klutz over here. But they sure are pretty. I'm really excited about those knives. Are they legal where you live? Yes, because they are not daggers. The knives that these stilettos aren't automatic knives. They are, well, they're single-edged, so they're not daggers, and they're not automatic, so they're still... It's a flipper. Sorry, I was looking for the word, and I couldn't find it. So they are legal, although personally, I think just because they're pretty, I would be less likely to carry them because I'd want to keep them nice. And when I carry a knife, like for everyday carry, I beat the heck out of it. My knives get so much abuse. I've had some people give me a hard time in my videos, but I generally buy like durable quality knives so that I can abuse them. I mean, I do own some ceramic blades, but I don't, if I carry a ceramic blade, I always have a secondary. I always have a backup, because you can't use them in the same way that you can use steel. Although the edge stays forever, and they're very sharp. So they have their perks, but you can't use them in like a tool kind of fashion, like prying or twisting anything. Do you name your guns? Yes, actually. Not all of them, but the ones that I like particularly enjoy, that I just really love bringing out to the range, or the ones that have the most, I guess, personal value to me, those ones get named. Both my main carry guns. I got a couple of different carry guns. But my M9 is Marcus, and my Kimber is Kimmy. I'm not very creative, I guess, with that one, but I don't know. It just seemed fitting. And then I have a couple of my rifles I've named. I think that's about it. It's just the stuff that I really, really like. Can I make a special on zombie apocalypse guns and gear? You know what? Actually, I just had an article go live Nate Granzo wrote it, and it published on just July 14th about what the team of the Arms Guide would choose for one handgun and one long gun for a like zombie apocalypse type situation. So if you're interested in that, pop on over and drop a comment or two. I named my AR the Black Widow. Dude, my AK-74, I named Natasha in part after that character from or who's in the Avengers. Just that's the kind of geek I am. Alright. Destiny named my 1022. It just looked like a Mercedes. I thought Mercedes was an excellent name for it. It's got such a pretty red stock. Alright. What sharpening system do you use? A Smith sharpener. It's actually a set of different sharpening tools of different degree of coarseness, and it's just by hand. I don't have like a super fancy setup, but you can get a pretty sweet edge with those Smith sets. I'm pretty pleased. Like, I'm thinking of getting one of those Wicked Edge systems next, because I haven't upgraded, gosh, in forever at all. I don't think I've ever upgraded. Pretty much once I got the Smith set, I stuck with it. Are you a cat or a dog person? You know, it's funny, if anybody who knew me in high school, they would tell you that I was like big on cats, and they thought I was going to be like one of those crazy cat ladies. But I got my dog Aries, who was in the last live stream video just a couple of years ago, and it just like totally turned things around for me. And I love my cats. I still have 2 cats, and they're adorable when they're not, being annoying. But my dog is just awesome. So I'd have to say Aries has made me a dog person. You just get a different kind of connection with dogs than you do with any other kind of pet. So I'd have to say that's what I like. You're all sorts of geek, aren't you? Yeah, I guess the secret's out. I was the person who, in high school, I edited my valedictorian's papers. Like, I'm a huge nerd. I'm a big reader. I love, like, fantasy novels and video games and movies based on comic books. Buffering. I'm actually having buffering issues too for the moment. Although it says we're still streaming here, so... Uh-oh. So we're having some buffering issues. I want a dog, but for now I'm stuck with 6 cats. Only one is mine. Holy cow, that is a lot of cats. I thought I had a lot of cats with 2, but that puts it in a different perspective. Dad, is there something I can do to make this work better? Oh, somebody refreshed. And... oh, somebody is saying... I'm getting a bunch of people saying that it's back again. Blame the dog. Actually, he is behaving himself very well. Where even is he? I think he's... yeah, he walked into the other room. He was in this room, and I guess I was too noisy for him, and I had too many lights on, so he went in the other room to go sleep.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's back. Yeah. Some people refreshed, and some people are saying it's back, but only a couple of them are down. Cat chew on a wire? No, I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, it looks like most people, if they refreshed, they fixed it. Okay, cool. We're Gucci. Wonderful. I sent a call out to the CWW. I can read, really. You may see influx of more peeps soon. Well, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Polish Pistolero says, your dad is making you a real celebrity. A comment on an earlier post about Quick and the Dead fashion advice. As I said, Sharon Stone doesn't hold a candle to you. Aw, well, thank you. I will admit I am definitely a girl, and part of the fun in going to the cowboy action shooting event was dressing up. I enjoyed going shopping for my hat and my boots, and I don't know, getting all cowgirled up. It was fun, to be totally honest. I just enjoyed that. I see you in Australia. Cool. It's always super neat for me to hear to find out that somebody out there is like in another country tuning in to have a conversation with me. That is like super super cool. Getting closer to reloading? A little bit. I have a couple of things still that I need for other projects that I have to finish up first before I can move up to the getting reloading equipment and stuff. But it's still on the list. I'm still, working on it slowly but surely. We can own auto knives in Indiana now. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I remember Tim saying something about that from the Military Arms channel, because he's in Indiana. Can you say hi to Andy, my son? Hi, Andy. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I know. It's awesome. Chris, my friend, who's a big knife geek, can't wait to get one. Yeah, I imagine. I'm one of those people who, like, I'll look at the Benchmade catalogs and I'll, like, drool over the super expensive knives that I can't really afford. Because you can get to a point with buying really nice knives, or heaven forbid you start buying, like, swords. You can easily spend as much money on a good sword as you can on a gun, which is totally, like, crazy to me, just considering, like, how old the technology is. But a lot of, like, making some of the really quality stuff is kind of labor intensive, and there's also only a few people who make them, so I guess I can kind of understand why some of the prices are a little bit lofty. Do you circle the ones you want? Yep, just like the Christmas toy catalogs when I was a kid, pretty much. Same thing. I normally buy Kershaw's. They work for my needs. Ain't no shame in an affordable knife. I just happen to, like, really geek out about them. I'm the kind of person who, when I find a hobby or an interest that I have, I just go, like, all out in it. Like, when I was a kid, I wanted a dog. I wanted to convince my parents that I should get a puppy. I, like, lived at the library, checked out every book they had on dog training and dog breeds, and I spent, like, weeks trying to figure out what the ideal breed would be, and researching where a good breeder would be, and how much it would cost, and how we would raise it, and all these, like, tricks. That's just my personality type. So my interest in firearms is totally the same. My interest in knives, totally the same. I just, like, I don't mind spending a little bit more money for quality, simply because I know what I'm getting for it. And it's exciting. It's fun to me. Oh, bye, Nate. Thanks for joining. How do you feel about the beefed up line of M&P rifles that Smith & Wesson put out? I've shot a few of the M&Ps. I wasn't, like, super in love with their stock triggers, but otherwise they seem to be a pretty solid firearm. I don't own any, so I haven't put, like, hundreds of rounds downrange to be able to give you a really thorough review or that kind of perspective, but they seem to be, solid rifles. Do you plan on doing a martial arts video? I have done one video where my brother was really kind and he let me throw him around a little bit. But eventually, yeah, I do want to put some more self-defense stuff in there. I have, like, a backlog of all of these different ideas that I want to be able to put into videos, and I always have, like, a couple of projects in mind or in progress at once. So the martial arts stuff is kind of in a very long queue of projects. I have too many ideas and not enough time to put them all together. Martial arts demonstration tonight, you versus Dad. My dad would mop the floor with me. I won't even pretend. He's extremely talented. He's just one of those people who naturally has great, like, physical awareness. And even if he's being shown something for the first time. He just has an idea of what to do with his body to like make it work. But that was really helpful when I started martial arts as a kid, and we would go over techniques, and he would kind of help ingrain them in my head because he has a really great way of explaining things once he's figured it out. It's my martial arts dad over here. He's kung fu fighting. Alrighty. Getting caught back up. Do you carry a flashlight daily? If so, which one? Yeah, I pretty much always have a light on me. I've got a couple of these LZs, the ZFL M60s, the 2 cells, just because 2 cells are easier to carry. The 3 cell, you get more battery life, but this is plenty bright for me. And it's funny, once I started carrying a flashlight, I wondered how on earth I made it so far in life without one. Kind of like when I started carrying a pocket knife. They're just practical and helpful. I'm always like, I don't know, looking underneath the couch for the remote, or, you know, when I was carrying one of those behemoth purses that we women seem to gravitate to, like trying to find stuff in there. I sent you a YouTube song, Imagine Dragons, Radioactive. We'll use it on a video. I love that song. Imagine Dragons is one of my personal favorite bands. Most of their music I enjoy. I will have to see about working on a cover because I have a couple of different music projects in place right now. It's taken me a while to get them all where I want them to be. Oh, also, I never got your autographed photo. I'm sorry. I guess I'll send you another. I can do that next week. I'll need to just get some things together, but I will shoot you an email when the new one goes in the mail. So we'll cross your fingers, and hopefully that'll work out better. Let's see. What motivated you to create your own YouTube channel? It was totally one of those spur of the moment, casual ideas, where I had a blog that I just started to track just stuff that I was interested in and my fitness stuff. It was a way to kind of keep accountable. And then I started putting videos in it, in the blog posts, and just recording them with the cell phone. So I had to have a YouTube channel in order to do that. And as it turned out, a lot more people were paying attention to the YouTube videos, and I had a lot of fun with them, so it just kind of mushroomed from there. And now I produce 2 videos a week, and between the LiveStream, and then I've got the FateofDestinee YouTube channel, and then I have the alternate All Things Destiny channel. I can't believe it's been 2.5 years already that I've been making videos, and I still enjoy it. As soon as it stops being fun for me, though, I'll stop doing it, because it's a whole lot of work if you don't enjoy the process. Let's see, I'm getting caught back up. Do you carry a multi-tool of some sort? Mine gets constant use that I never knew I needed. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It depends on what knife I have and what my pocket sizes are, whether or not I'm carrying a purse, those kind of factors. But if I do carry a multi-tool, I generally carry Leatherman's Skeletool CX, the carbon fiber one, so it's just a shade lighter than the steel one. But to be honest, I mostly got it because it looks cool, rather than the steel one. They both serve my purposes. I'm getting caught back up again. Hey, Destiny, your opinion on how many rounds for a break-in of a new gun? Because some different manufacturers have different recommendations, I try to just follow whatever their personal recommendation is, and that generally trends in 200 to 500 rounds. That seems to be, or in that range, seems to be good for most, or a lot of different firearms that I shoot. But I just feel like I'm more comfortable with going with whatever the manufacturer recommends. Alright, getting caught back up. I'm actually listening to their song Demons right now. Yeah, I just like that band, Imagine Dragons. I listen to them a lot. I have a pretty broad taste in music, though. Do you own any Rugers? A couple. 22s, mostly. I learned how to shoot on a Ruger Mark III target, which I still like shooting that. And you never have to clean that thing. It's awesome. It's got thousands of rounds through it between cleanings. It's ridiculous. It's kind of a bear to disassemble and put back together, though. All right, have you ever shot an M&P pistol? Yeah, I've shot a couple of M&Ps. I'm not really in love with the triggers on them. If I were to own one for myself, I'd probably want to get that work done. But I haven't had any negative experiences with them. They seem to be pretty reliable, and they do what I want them to do: shoot holes in paper. But I don't own any personally yet, anyway. Sorry for being late, Cowgirl Destiny. Nice. Welcome! Yeah, I figured, in, I guess, honor of the cowboy action shooting that I did this past weekend, I would wear my cowboy hat. That, and I had a couple of people ask me to wear it. Do you have spurs, too? Oh, man! There were some people, Polish Pistolero had some spurs, and there were, 1 or 2 other guys walking around with spurs. They were so cool. I was totally jealous. Are there any indoor rifle ranges in Wisconsin? Actually, Brew City Shooter Supply, they have one lane that they'll let you shoot rifle indoor, which is pretty cool. They have, I think, a couple, they won't let you shoot certain kinds of ammo, but I don't recall off the top of my head. I'd probably give them a call to find that out. But
You also have to be a member.
to buy guns, not to shoot, though.
Not to shoot.
Yeah. Alright. Destiny, one bad Marine sent me. Have been a sub for a while. Good to see an honest female perspective. Trying to get my fiance involved with my hobby. Well, thank you. I'm honored that you enjoy the content that I publish. You know what? Actually, I just put up a video or an article. It just released 2 hours ago on thearmsguide.com about how to get your lady to shoot. So you might want to go check that out. If you just head to thearmsguide.com, it's the first article there. How to get your lady to shoot, 3 do's and don'ts. So that might be a good starting point for you. One of the things that I enjoy the most about having a YouTube channel is the people who have, sent me comments or PMs or emails or whatever telling me that my videos helped them share the shooting sports with somebody. It's really, really cool to hear that. I have to go. Hope to see you Sunday. All right, well, I will hopefully be in touch with you. I'll have to look into my schedule again, but thanks for joining the conversation. Alrighty. I have seen one too many range ninjas. I tried to help this one lady who was all over the target. She was like, I know it all. So I just been about my way, blowing out the bullseye and getting dirty looks. Yeah, I feel that if I'm shooting with somebody or around somebody, just, in the public range, you don't get to pick the people who shoot with you. If they're doing something that's unsafe, that makes me uncomfortable, then I definitely want to go and grab the range officer, or there have been occasions where people have been so reckless that I just plain didn't feel comfortable in shooting there, so I've just left and then come back later or another day or whatever. But I personally don't like to go up to, to people to try to give them advice just because, it can be taken so negatively sometimes. Some people just want to, figure things out for themselves, and I totally respect that. And they didn't ask my opinion, so I try not to interject my thoughts. But if somebody's doing something unsafe, well, then they're risking my life, my health, or the people around them, and then I feel compelled to go address that. It can definitely make a nice range experience less fun if you have people who are just being disrespectful or unsafe. Usually, though, that's not the experience that I have. Usually, I just have a complete blast at the range. It's only like once in a great while where there's like a huge group of like younger guys and they're all, showing off for each other and getting a little rowdy and being a little rambunctious and starting to get a little risky. But for the most part, it's just people who want to go out there and plink and try to get a little bit better every time, like me. I've had several people walk out on a hot range before. Ah! That is terrifying. What's that bullet around your neck? This actually is a little charm that one of my friends/viewers on YouTube, he won, I think it was the 20,000 subscriber giveaway. And I sent him a Surefire flashlight because that was the prize for that particular giveaway. And he was just really excited about it, so he wanted to make me a little charm. So he took this hunk of titanium, stuck it in a lathe, and this is what came out. It resembles a 45 ACP. And I really like it, so I wear it pretty much every day. And I also like the idea that it's titanium. That's pretty cool, and that it's one of a kind. That's neat, too. I need a new chain for this, though. This is just a chain that I had, and, well, it needs replacing, so that might happen eventually. Nearly got shot in the butt once by an idiot who had a hang fire and pointed it to the side. Yikes. Yeah, I've had some of those scary moments. I went to this one range where one of the guys who worked at the counter, or behind the counter, happened to be out on the lanes, and he didn't realize that there was a round in the chamber. He dropped the mag, but he didn't check the chamber. There was a round in there, and he pointed it at my stomach, and I was just like, yay! And he handed the gun back to me, and I racked it, checked the magazine well, and then I racked it just out of habit, and poink! And we looked at the round like, ooh, that was scary. I'm really, really grateful, though, that I haven't actually seen an accident happen from, a negligent discharge or anything. And I haven't, been on any, receiving end of the negative effects of a negative discharge. Nor have I had a negligent, discharge. But, complacency, that'll get you. So I try to be very, very careful. Have you ever been to Los Angeles? No, I have not. I don't even think I've ever been out to California at all. Not that I can recall. I do like traveling, and I have been doing more traveling lately with, YouTube videos and stuff, that they've given me a little bit more opportunity to go out to, different shoots and training and stuff, but California maybe one day. What are your thoughts on grip reductions? I have seen a couple of different techniques on YouTube videos, but I haven't ever utilized any grip reduction techniques personally to give you a whole lot of feedback. The closest what I do is on some of my pistols that I have, just the grips seem to be uncomfortably wide, I will get a replacement. Like for my M9, I didn't like the stock grips, so then I put on a Hogue, and I liked the finger grooves in the Hogue grip, but it was just way too huge. So then I ended up swapping for VZs, the G10 grips, and I am very, very pleased with those. They're very low profile, but have an aggressive tooth, so they work very well, even if my hands are moist, which happens, shooting in the summer, especially outdoors, you can't exactly temperature control. Knowing that your brother's in the Army, have you ever considered joining any branch of service? Oh yeah, I've even taken my ASVAB, but I decided that if I do join, I want to go into officer training. But I gotta finish up some things first, like college. So it's something that I'm still thinking about. My recruiter would absolutely love me to join, but the idea of deploying and being sent away from my family would be really hard for me. So that is definitely something that makes me more hesitant to go and get signed up. All right. I'm getting caught back up again. Whoa, with my comments just updated and I just got like a flood of them. I'm going to the Air Force Air Guard. Well, thank you for serving our country and I hope you do well. Best of luck to you. I'm definitely very appreciative of the people who decide to make that sacrifice to go serve in the armed forces. Both my parents are veterans and my brother is currently out there serving, so I can't help but to have some sentimental feelings about people who decide to serve. All right, let's see. The cheer force, ha ha ha. When are you going to post the singing vids on All Things Destiny? I'm so behind. I'm planning on it, and I have had that project. I need to better organize. I just put it on a schedule so I can get that out. Hopefully, I can get them this week. If they're not up there though by the end of the week, please don't be mad. I am working on it. I just have so many other projects that I'm busy with. I have a lot of demands on my time. Alright. I have a limited edition Coast Guard 92FS. That's cool. My M9 is the 25th anniversary edition. It came with some really pretty grips that have 25th anniversary on stamped on them. They're pretty. I took them off because I didn't want them to get like gross or scratched or something. Hey now, no hating on the guys with wings. No, I certainly wouldn't, especially considering that that's my parents. Alright, how old is Aries? He is just over 2 years old. So he still thinks he's a puppy, but he's finally started to mellow out a little bit. But like right after he eats, he gets a little bit like nutso. And he wants to like jump around as though he were 10 pounds, and he's definitely not 10 pounds anymore. Fun stuff. Have a great night all. Thanks, Destinee. Well, thank you for joining. It was my pleasure. I'm glad that you were able to make it for a little bit of the chat. How do you feel about the new USMC Colt M45 1911? I would totally love to put a few rounds through that. It's out of my price range, but it looks pretty sweet, and a Colt 1911 would just be fun to play with at the range anyway. I got to see one at SHOT Show. I did a little video, wrote up a little article on it on the Arms Guide, but I haven't gotten to actually take one out to the range, unfortunately. I know someone who has the new USMC Colt. Yeah, that's awesome. I like how they look. I think they're really cool. What's the meanest thing your brother has ever done to you or you ever did to him when you were kids? Actually, we have yet to have a single fight ever in our whole lives. The closest we get to fighting is we'll disagree with something and I'll be like, hey, when you said XYZ, you made me really mad. And he'll be like, when we were kids, he would just, say he was sorry. But now he's like, well, deal with it. And actually, it's become like a joke between us. We are always trying to like poke fun at each other. And we're sassy to each other, like really sassy. But it's all in good fun. Like if there's ever like something said that actually offends the other person, we're very quick to, apologize. Because it's all in like good spirit. That's just the type of people that we are. We just like teasing because it's like a gesture of affection, sort of. But physically, we've never gotten into any kind of like fights. We've never like pulled any kind of like pranks or anything. I think the worst he does is like, I hate feet. They gross me out, and I don't want to touch people's feet. I don't want people touching my feet. So when he's trying to tease me, he'll like pretend like he's gonna touch my foot. That's about as like vicious as we get. But my brother is my best friend, and both my siblings and I, we just get along really well. And I guess we're fortunate in that way, but that's just how we were raised. We've always gotten along. Haven't had to like work for that. Have you ever considered sitting in one Bad Marine's ladies' night Google Chats. Yes, I haven't gotten to scheduling that out, but I have been talking with him about joining one. When I was in Iraq, my unit was issued the Kimber ICQB, the M45, supposedly blows away. That would be really fun to test out. I think that'd make a great comparison video. Mostly just because it would give me the opportunity to shoot a couple of really cool guns, but, you know, still. Alright. Just bought the H&K Epidemic. Ever had experience with an OFT knife? No. Actually, I have not. As far as the knives under the Benchmade brand, I have the Harley-Davidson Madcap, and that knife's pretty cool. 440C. It's got a nice recurved blade on it, but that's the only experience I have with Benchmade knives that weren't just the Benchmade brand. I think they don't even do the Harley-Davidson knives anymore. Polymer frame 1911. Any interest? I am more than willing to shoot anything new. I mean, as long as it doesn't look like it's gonna like blow up, like the barrel's blocked or something like unsafe or something. I am not like I don't have a specific brand that I'll only shoot such and such brand pistols, or I'll only shoot such and such style firearm. I am more happy to try anything, just because if it fires a projectile, odds are I'll enjoy it. Favorite TV series? I don't watch a lot of TV because I don't have cable, and I haven't had it since I was like a kid, so I don't even know what's on cable. But I do have Netflix, and so once in a while I'll find a show on there that I really like. Right now, I am completely in love with Doctor Who. I haven't watched the old stuff of it yet. I've only been watching the stuff that started in 2005. So I've been watching like the 9th Doctor, and I'm on the 10th Doctor. And other than that, I love Archer. But I've only seen the first 3 seasons, so I'm still getting caught up on that one too. I don't end up watching as much television as I would like because I have so many other things going on, but I figure it's probably better that way. I get a little bit more done when I'm not watching TV. Sorry, Destiny, I'm off to bed. I have enjoyed the chat. Hope to catch the next one. Well, thank you for joining in. I believe you are from overseas, if I recall, so it must be really late for you. So thank you for taking that time. Archer is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. That is just some funny, funny stuff. I own the first 3 seasons on DVD, so I'll just go pop in the DVD and I'll rewatch it, and it's still funny to me. I love it. Are you excited for the return of Whose Line? When I was a kid, I totally enjoyed that show. I got a huge kick out of that. Just improving is fun. For people who are really good at it, it is so much fun to watch. It's a lot more difficult when you're the one improving, so I guess I have a respect for that too. So I have had a little bit of experience with that in high school, and that is not as easy as they make it look. But I would definitely enjoy watching that. Just saw Del Reed's comment. You should try out for Top Shot on the History Channel. You'd be the people's champ. Well, thank you. I really appreciate the encouragement and the support, and that you guys like think I have such faith in my abilities. One thing that I enjoy about having the record of my YouTube videos is looking back and seeing how much my shooting has developed over the last like 2.5 years, and it's been wonderful watching that progression. But I do know that there will always be room for improvement, and I try to be humble about my skills, because I know as soon as somebody starts getting like an ego attached to their ability, there's somebody else just steps out of the woodwork and just mops the floor with them. So I learned that through martial arts and through just the way my parents raised me, that I guess pride cometh before a fall. I watched Doctor Who in England when I was there. Oh man, I am like really nuts over that stuff. That's one of those like geeky things that I'm particularly excited about. I will talk about that like way more than anybody else wants to hear about it. We need Des to start watching The Walking Dead. Yeah, I know, I do. But, you know, if I start watching The Walking Dead, all I'm going to want to do is watch The Walking Dead, and then I won't get anything done. And I won't have any articles or videos. I'll just watch The Walking Dead. It's because I love zombies. I need to start watching Archer. Oh man, it is so funny. They're so sassy. Very quick. Do you like high points? I haven't actually like shot high points. I'm not gonna knock on them because you're getting a firearm for a cheap price. If that's all that your budget offers you, I mean, I'd feel better personally having the option of having a gun rather than no gun. But I don't really have a whole lot of experience on them. What about BBC Sherlock? I am told that that's another television show I would totally go nuts over. And I really enjoy Benedict Cumberbatch and, what is it, Martin Freeman? Is that his? Shoot, I can't remember the actor who plays John. I can't remember his name off the top of my head at the moment. I just know that he was also the actor who played Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit. But I'm told because I enjoy them and Stephen Moffat, or Moffat, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's a writer for, or he writes a lot of the episodes for Doctor Who, also writes a lot of episodes for Sherlock. So I can't imagine me not liking Sherlock. But again, there are like television shows out there where if I got into them, I'd probably just want to like do that a whole bunch and not be as productive. So I'm a little bit slow to get started on a new television show. That, and I guess maybe it's just because I laugh easy. I get a lot of enjoyment out of the stuff that I already have to watch, like rewatching Archer or whatever. I still get a big kick out of it, even though I could basically recite it to you. Moffat's writing for Sherlock is far better than his Doctor Who writing. Really? Okay, now I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. Do you know if he also does writing for that offshoot Torchwood that has Captain Jack Harkness? Because I am totally in love with that character. He is awesome and just a hoot. And I've held off on watching that series for the exact same reason, because I already have to like pace myself with how much Doctor Who I watch. Do you scuba dive? No, I have never been scuba diving. I would really like to try, but I have not yet been. Okay, are you going to join in on Chaos's Sunday chat? I can try. I know I have something else going on Sunday, so I'll have to look at it. I have just like a crazy schedule. So I have all these things that I want to do that I don't always have time for. So I will try. Alrighty. Would you ever take an opportunity to debate guns for self-defense with a news personality? I'm not really big on public debates. I mean, especially because I'm just a private person and I'm shy. Which is funny, you know, I have this YouTube channel, but I never planned for it to get to the size that even it is. And even my, 40+ thousand, subscribers is not like, Hickok 45's channel or Jenna Marble's, YouTube channel. So, I mean, I wouldn't completely rule it out, like I'll never ever do it forever. But I would not exactly be eager to put myself in that spotlight. It's important to keep your ego in check when you are carrying or shooting a firearm. Ego could make one lose focus on safety. Very, very true. I totally agree. I think it's even more important when you're carrying to try to de-escalate, if at all possible. Like, avoid and de-escalate. I made it! Welcome! I am very happy to have you join our conversation. We still have about 25 minutes left before I tune out. So thanks for joining. Oh, and got a split. Thanks for answering another week's of questions. Have a safe week, all. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining. Destiny on Pierce Morgan. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that'd be like, okay, I'm thinking of trading in my XD in 45 for an XDS 45. Do you think that's better for concealed carry? I think it is very, very difficult to try to tell somebody, what the best concealed carry firearm is going to be for them. It's a very subjective topic because what might work well for me may not work well for you, or vice versa. My experience also is comes from the perspective of the fact that I'm a female and I am an average size female, and so my styles and the demands that I have on concealed carry firearms and holsters is different than your average male. So with that being said, I've had good experience with the XDS in 45 and in 9. They both performed reliably and done well for me, enough that I'm trust them to occasionally carry, but I don't think that I have enough. I don't know somebody well enough to tell them, yes, you should carry this. I think that's a very personal journey. Alrighty. Will you karate chop Pierce Morgan? No, I certainly would not karate chop him. I would be very polite, though, but that's just me in general. That's how my parents raised me. Have you ever gotten your hands burnt from shooting so much? I haven't gotten my hands burnt, but I don't know if you caught the YouTube video on the FateofDestinee channel, but there's a video where we're shooting that AK-74 is hot, I think is what I titled it, but we shoot a full auto AK-74, and we shot that thing so much that the grip, the finish on it, the varnish started bubbling, and it got so hot that if you put your hand on it, you would get burned. So then we started shooting it by gripping onto the magazine, which didn't seem to be giving us any problems, but it was either don't shoot or grip the magazine because the grip was just like way too hot. It was just roasting. It was smoking, literally. That was really cool to see, by the way. That was really neat. I don't get the whole Jenna Marbles thing. Some of her videos are kind of hit or miss with me, but some of her humor is just silly, and she's goofy, and she's just herself, and I think that some people find that very relatable about her. The fact that, she's just silly. Why wouldn't you karate chop him? Jeremy Clarkson punched him in the face. I am a very non-violent person. I am also very, very slow to get upset. The only reason that I would ever attack anybody in any kind of manner, physical with unarmed or armed, would be if they put my life in danger or the life of one of my family members. But I'm about the most laid back, docile people you'll ever meet. I just don't get riled up very easily. I got blisters from my 1911 when I was getting used to shooting it. Wow, that is a whole lot of shooting. I have shot so much where I shot, it was 6 or 8 hours. I shot the whole day, where my arms started to get sore, from holding out, I was shooting rifle and I shot pistol and I shot shotgun that day. So at the end of the day, my arms were starting to feel sore, but I wasn't bruised or burnt or anything. I love Mosin Nagants. Yes, I do too. We have a few of them. Mosins have a habit of braiding when your back is turned. I'd still like to get, there are still a couple of different variants that I would like to get my hands on that I haven't yet. But, they're cheap and they work. It's kind of hard to beat. And if you're lucky, you can even find some pretty ones. I ended up being fortunate, and the first Mosin I got is just in really great shape. And I think it's a 42, and the finish even looks pretty good. I don't, maybe a scratch on the stock, and it hasn't been refinished or at least it looks like it hasn't been refinished. So, not that I'd be like trying to sell it or something, but you know, I like a pretty gun. Came close with that full auto AK. Yeah, that's about as close as I came. So I put my hand on the foregrip and realized, wow, that is really hot. Okay, I think I'm gonna be done holding this foregrip after this magazine. And you know, do you drink beer? Yes, you know, socially, occasionally. I don't, you know, I'm not a partier, so I don't like go get drunk every night or even every week or even every month. But I like Guinness. This is one of my favorites. A couple others. Hey Des, we're heading into the sunset. I hope to see you again on the range. Gotta get up early. We loved meeting you and your family. Tell them hello. I will certainly do that, and it was my pleasure. And thank you again for inviting us out. We had a wonderful time at the shoot. I had a great new first experience to both single action pistols and to or single action revolvers and to a side by side breech fed shotgun. So that was plenty of fun for me. So thank you for giving me that opportunity. Okay, work time. This has been fun as always. Until next week, mahalo and God bless. Well, thank you. You have a wonderful day at work, or I guess night at work, depending on the time zone. If you like dark beer like Guinness, find a place that sells Left Hand's Milk Stout. I'll try to remember that. Shooting with gloves on, yay or nay? When I'm in the cold, I definitely shoot with gloves because I really enjoy warm weather, but I hate cold weather. I hate being cold. I just get really grouchy. I don't like to be cold. So I'd still want to shoot during the winter, and it's winter 8 months out of the year in Wisconsin, so I opt for gloves. In the summer, though, I don't use them. I don't really have an opinion. I don't think, oh, don't ever use gloves in the summer. It's just, I don't. Alrighty. Have you ever broken boards in Taekwondo? Oh yeah, plenty of boards, lots of boards. And a few bricks. I think that's the extent of the crazy stuff I've broken in martial arts though. What I really liked was the Hapkido for self-defense training. I thought it was really great. And I enjoy sparring. I just plain like it. I don't know, it's exciting to me to spar. I've done a little bit of competition sparring, but I don't know. I didn't end up taking to the competition sparring as much as I thought I would. But casual sparring, just like at my dojang and stuff, that's definitely still fun. Black powder is so dirty. Yes, I haven't shot it, but Polish Pistolero, who had invited me out to the cowboy action shoot this last week, and he was shooting black powder, and oh man, the smoke that leaves is so cool. It's so much fun. I just love that big billowy. That was neat. I don't always drink, but when I do, Dos Equis. I like Dos Equis. I had my first one just I don't know, a month or two back. I just kind of hadn't gotten around to it, but I thought it was pretty good. And I'll drink a Corona now and then, better with a lime. And being from Wisconsin, I of course like Miller, generally MGD, but the occasional Miller Lite. Okay. That is a great answer. That's why I watch your stuff. Honest. Well, I can only be me. And for some people, that's, well, not what they're looking for. But some people seem to enjoy it, and I enjoy the interaction that I get from that. So that works out well for me. Scary movies? Scary movies are my favorite. I absolutely love scary movies. I don't like roller coasters. Well, I mean, I'll go on some, but they're generally the more tame roller coasters. But I love being scared from a scary movie or a haunted house. It is just thrilling to me. And I am a super huge fan of just zombie stuff. It doesn't even have to be scary. It doesn't even have to be good. I'll watch that horrible acting, B-rated, just crap where the dialogue is terrible, the effects are awful, but if they're lumbering around and they've got some like fake blood on them, especially if they try to go for like the movie gore, I just get a huge kick out of it, and I really enjoy those types of stories. So I love horror flicks. What did I watch just recently that was pretty cool? It's more of a thriller, but I saw the movie Mama by the same guy who did Pan's Labyrinth or El Laberinto de Pan, and that was really interesting. I enjoyed that. It wasn't the scariest thing I've ever seen or anything, but I liked it. I like a pretty wide range of thrillers. Like I think one of my all-time favorites of like thriller kinds of movies would be Silence of the Lambs. I love Anthony Hopkins. I think he's just a phenomenal actor, so I'll enjoy most things that he's in. But that definitely is one of the top ones. But I also love Zombieland. I'm really into Warm Bodies right now. That movie is freaking adorable. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Evil Dead, Survival of the Dead, 28 Days Later. All of those, I'm totally big on. There are a few zombie movies I haven't gotten around to seeing yet. Like I haven't seen World War Z. There's like maybe one or two others, but fun stuff. I don't know. I love zombies. I've been a zombie for Halloween at least like I think twice now. But my family, like, Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I go totally, like, all out. I spend as much on Halloween as I do on Christmas. I don't know, I'm goofy like that. But we get the professional grade latex and wax and just make up these, like, freaking scary looking masks that look really nice and realistic. And from being in drama and being in different plays and stuff, we researched and put together our own like homemade stage blood recipe. So you get a little bit of the stage blood and some really good latex work, and oh man, it's cool. I love it. Walking around like a terrifying zombie. One year I went trick-or-treating and I literally like scared children unintentionally, but I was, being in character, walking around like a zombie, and there were some little ones trick-or-treating and they were scared, and then I felt bad. Would you ever consider carrying a Colt 45 or another single-action pistol in public as a self-defense weapon? Why or why not? Personally, as far as carrying, I prefer to carry concealed and not open, so if that's, I may be carrying in public, but preferably not in a way that people know. And I often carry a Kimber 1911 with a that has the manual safety on it. So I'm not opposed to it, but I know that if I'm going to be carrying that, I train for it. So I don't have to think about disengaging that safety. Actually, the way I train, when I draw my 1911, I flick the safety off as part of my draw. I am of the opinion that because concealed carry is such a subjective topic, it's very difficult to tell somebody, well, no, you should never carry, an XYZ kind of gun. I have my own personal preferences that I've developed from like what I shoot best, what I'm most confident, what I can conceal best, and my own experience of what has performed reliably for me and what has not. Like I don't like the idea of carrying a gun that I haven't put, several hundred rounds through. I'm just not, comfortable with it. Have you ever seen Shawshank Redemption? Oh, yes. I love that movie. That is one of my favorites. That's, on the list. Probably top 10. It's an excellent, excellent movie, in my opinion. Carry what you are able to put on target well. That's more or less what I follow. I feel that because I can only go off of my own experience, I'll just carry what I'm comfortable with and not. And if somebody asks me questions, then I'm more than happy to, try to offer my experience for their opinion or for their feedback, for their evaluation in their own choices. But I'm never going to tell somebody, don't carry this, do carry that. I don't think that's even fair. That I can, Okay. we are at the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna mention a couple of things. So I've talked a little bit about the ARMS guide today. That is the website for which I serve as managing editor, but we post an article every day, so we love to hear feedback, and we have a wonderful staff of contributors. So pop on over, check out some of the articles, and let us know what you think of the site. We are way open to what your ideas are, even if we don't get to writing about them. We definitely enjoy the feedback. And I just had another post go live for the Bang Switch today, so pop on over to thebangswitch.com and check out my article on universal background checks. Let me know what you think. Weigh in on the conversation. Also, my YouTube channel, the youtube.com/FateofDestinee, I will be uploading this live stream later on in the week, but on Thursday I have another vid going live. So be sure to check it out. And if you like this sort of behind the scenes, more about Destiny and, or my music or some of my more creative interests and endeavors, check out youtube.com/allthingsdestiny. And I will try really hard to get those other music videos up this upcoming week. So cross your fingers for me. Oh, and I also, if you're interested in just my writing style and my videos, I have my own website, FateofDestinee.com, and I have my writing pieces, and I post a lot of my videos up there as well. So feel free to stop by, check it out, drop me a comment, let me know what you think. Will you be updating your Instagram? Yes, actually, I will. I worked on that this past weekend. I just need to, I downloaded the application, so I can do that now. And for Thursday, I should be getting out video for that first Single Action Shooter Society experience that I had. So if you're into the cowboy action, seeing me in my hat and my cowboy boots, it might be good for a laugh, but also a lot of fun guns, some cool costumes, and it should be a fun video. I'm already enjoying the process of making it, so I hope that you guys like the way the video turns out. But come on over and let me know what you think. That'll be going live Thursday. I enjoy all the writers on the ARMS guide. Well, thank you. I think I have a really awesome crew of people that I get with whom I get to work. I'm very excited about my writing in general. I really enjoy it, and I think that I have a wonderful opportunity that I get to write so often, and I get to work with other people who like writing about guns and gear. It's like a dream come true, It's really, really cool. First time viewing and had a good time. Bye till next time. Well, thank you for deciding to stop by. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, we have 6-ish minutes left, so I'll try and answer some more comments. I love the boots. Well, thank you. I'm pretty pleased with them. I'm actually wearing them right now because I can. And I love shoes. So it doesn't take a whole lot of arm twisting to get me to buy a new pair of shoes. Nice necklace. Is that 40 cal? It is. The titanium charm is modeled after a 45 ACP round because that's my favorite caliber. Crossing my tippy toes. That's cute. I just got here too and it's nearly over. Well, thanks Colleen for joining in. I mean, I'm still chatting for a little bit. I appreciate that you stopped by, even if you're not here for the full time. Part of why I have host the chat for an hour and a half is to give people that opportunity to, work with everybody's different schedules. Because I really wish I could cater to everybody at once, but it's kind of difficult logistically with different people in different countries, different time zones, and different work schedules and stuff. Going to go watch reruns of The Walking Dead. That sounds like an awesome time. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Do you like swimming? Yeah, I like swimming all right. I mean, I'm not huge on it. I don't really go to the pool a lot, maybe only a couple of times in a year, but I like it well enough. you know, I generally only want to go if, like, I could go with, like, my family. Like, I don't want to just go to the pool or to the beach, like, just by myself. That, and I'm kind of conservative when it comes to, like, my swimwear, and I just makes me feel better if I'm going to wear swimwear. I wear, like, a t-shirt over it, and I go with, like, people who I trust and who I know well. Love the review you did on the Elzetta light on the bank switch. Great writing. Looking forward to reading more. Thank you. I was really pleased with how it came out, so I'm really glad that you liked it. I had hoped that you and Dave would like that piece. You need to do a vid on the 300 WinMag AR if you can get your hands on one. That 300 blackout, I would totally like to do that. I'm thinking that maybe down the road I might do a build with that. The 300 AAC blackout. I think that would be pretty cool, but haven't even started that build. That's just a, maybe one day kind of thing. Sorry it takes so long to type. Having to type left-handed because of damage from brain infection. Oh, wow. I hope you heal up. That sounds kind of scary. You speak so eloquently. I do not feel as though I speak very eloquently. I've always been one of those people, because I've been shy and introverted, I kind of took to writing more than I took to talking, and I've been a voracious writer since I was little. I feel like I express myself a lot better in that means. So sometimes when I'm put on the spot and I have to conversate with somebody, I get kind of caught up on myself and my words. I stumble in my head, and out loud I'll stutter and ramble, and I am really verbose. I looked away. She showed the boots? No, I didn't show them on the video, but I have a couple of pics on Facebook already that I posted, and I will have more pics from the event, so you can see me in my full, like, get up. It should be fun. I chuckle looking at it. My mom absolutely loves the idea of me in cowboy get up.
Are you going to release the video on Young Guns first or on YouTube?
If I can get it done. If I can get this SAS video, the cowboy action shooting video done, because I have a ton of footage to go through, but I'm hoping, cross your fingers again, that I can get it done and release it on Young Guns on Wednesday. But even if I don't get the Young Guns release first, I will definitely have the YouTube release and the Young Guns release on Thursday. Or, yeah, YouTube for sure. Young Guns I would have to figure out. I'm hoping, though, that I can get it earlier. My first live chat, really enjoyed it. Well, thank you. Show the boots. They're on my feet. I'm not just going to, wave my leg in the air so you can see my boots. Destiny, are you casting at a certain time? I host this live stream every week on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central, so that's 8 p.m. Eastern if you're in Eastern time. And for those people who don't make the chat during the 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. time frame that it's live, I try to get the video together and then I post it up on my YouTube channel, FateofDestinee. So if you miss it, you can catch back up. Oh, the 300 WinMag AR. I didn't even realize. I've never seen a 300 WinMag AR. That would be fun. I would totally be interested in putting a few rounds through one of those if I can, come across one. You need to flash the boots in a vid, Dust. I have a whole vid coming up. You'll see them, on my person and everything. Okay, one boot. I'm not showing you the boots that I am wearing. That would just be weird. I don't even think I could lift my leg to do that. And ain't nobody want to see that. Least of all me. You guys are cracking me up. By the way, thank you to everybody who joined the chat. I really had a fun time. I hope you guys did too. I enjoy it. And looking forward to next week's already. So tune back in to new.livestream.com/FateofDestinee. Joe Beat says, Dad, tell her to show the boots. No! No! You're gonna have to tune into the video if you want to see them. That's just how I'm roll. Alright, bye guys.